All right, let's be honest here. You haven't started vlogging because there's a lot that's holding you back, and I'm here to tell you a few things and give you a few tips on how you can actually get started and why now is the best time for you to start vlogging. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get right into the video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chrissy Walker. I help new content creators make better content, get more subscribers, and make money online. So if that sounds like your jam, feel free to subscribe to my channel and we can be friends. Now, you want to be a vlogger, but you don't know where to start. You want to be a vlogger, but you don't know what to post about. You want to be a vlogger, but you're afraid that whatever you put out there is not going to get traction. It's not going to get views. It's not going to be interesting to anyone. And today, you're in the right place because I'm going to give you a few tips on how to actually make it an enjoyable experience, not just for yourself, but also your viewers. So the first thing I kind of want to jump into is the reason why you should start vlogging starting today. And that is because of memories and documentation. Something that I have been so grateful for these past 12 years that I've been trying to build up a YouTube channel is the fact that I documented everything. And at the beginning, when I was in middle school and I was just posting just to post, I'm very happy that I did that because I'm able to look back at those videos and see all these core memories that I made as a kid, see all these core memories I made as a teenager, see all these core memories I made in my adult life. And I'm very, very, very grateful that I was able to actually have the guts to start then and publish it, even if it didn't make sense at the time. And if you were to look back on my videos now, it wouldn't make sense with the niche that I'm in currently, but I'm so happy that I get to look back on those memories and just feel nostalgic about it and just feel like, I don't know, it's like a homemade video except edited and put up on YouTube. So when you vlog, you're basically getting small segments of your life that you decide to share with the world. And even if you don't get a ton of views at first, at least you're still putting it out there because these are segments and moments and little parts of your life that you get to go back on and watch. And I feel like it's such a beautiful thing. And that's why I feel like a lot of people enjoy vlogging and watching vlogs, because not only are you creating this memory for yourself, but you're creating this moment for your viewers as well. And your viewers get to enjoy that with you. So hopefully that makes sense in the sense that I'm talking about experiencing things with your viewers and your viewers experiencing your life with you, because I feel like it's such a beautiful thing and that's what connects us as human beings, especially as online content creators. A setback that I see a lot of new content creators kind of face is the fact that they don't have the right gear to get started as a vlogger. And honestly, you don't need anything but your phone. If you check out my last video, which I'll go ahead and link in the description, and also I'll put a little thumbnail here, but in that last video, I used my phone and I just used a $12 mic that I got from Amazon because my mic actually broke. So that was, to me, it was a great video for what it was on a phone and using a $12 mic from Amazon. I feel like it gets the job done. And I've filmed many videos before where my phone was my gear. And sometimes I would use a mic, sometimes I wouldn't, but I just feel like if you really want to take this seriously, if you really want to be a content creator, especially a vlogger, using your phone is going to be the best starter kit for you. All you need is your phone. You don't even need a tripod. You don't even need a mic, honestly. You can adjust the audio within a free editing software like CapCut or DaVinci Resolve, and you're set to go. Don't hold yourself back just because you feel like you need the perfect gear to get going with this, because at the end of the day, if you start now, you're going to capture these memories that you can look back on, and also you're going to be building up your skill set and building up your experience as a content creator. The more you put out, the more you're going to learn what your audience wants to see, what your audience likes. The more you put stuff out there, the better you're going to get at editing, at filming yourself, the more confident you'll get as you put yourself in front of the camera, and it's just going to be ideal. It's ideal for you to just get started with your phone right now. When I first started YouTube and I was trying to get real serious about it, I actually used my phone. I actually used one of those really old digital cameras. I'll put a photo right here, but one of those really old digital cameras that actually broke over time because it was only like, I don't know, $30. But when I decided to actually niche down and start my YouTube channel and I relaunched it for like the 10 millionth time, I was using my phone and I used the natural audio that the phone picked up. So I do have videos on my channel that are unlisted that I have, but I'll show you a little bit of the quality here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over 5 different tips on how to be more happy, how to raise your vibration, how to be more positive, and kind of have more of a better attitude towards things. And this is with a really old iPhone. iPhones these days have really great quality and pick up really good sound. So you're gonna do completely fine with a phone starting out as a vlogger. Now, if you wanna step it up a notch when it comes to your own camera gear using your phone, you can get a tripod. There's tons of tripods on Amazon that are only like $15 maybe at least, and I use one when I go to the gym and when I'm filming myself. So this specific one is like a handheld one, but also it splits out at the bottom and you're able to set it down on the floor and extend it so that it's standing in front of you just like a regular camera tripod. I'll have a link down below to that if you want to check that out. But if you want that, you can add that for your own camera setup with your phone. You can also do a little bit more by adding in a mic. And I always recommend, before you upgrade your camera, always upgrade your mic first, because the sound quality, the sound difference that will go from your phone to an actual professional mic is going to sound amazing. Like if you're watching like my old video, you're going to hear the mic settings and how that, how that sounds. And then when you hear the video that I'm recording right now, or the sound in a different video that I've recorded, you're going to hear the difference. And I always say that audio is king. Audio trumps video. If you have bad audio, you have a bad video. So I always recommend to all of my content creator friends to always upgrade your mic first. And it doesn't have to be a super expensive one. There are really good quality mics that start maybe about $75 all the way up to like maybe like $300 or $400, unless you want to go extremely over budget and you want to go for a couple grand or something like that. But for me, I would say your phone by itself is fine. If you want to add in a tripod, you can, so that you can move around a little bit more and record in different places. And then your mic, the audio, so that it picks up mainly you and it sounds more crisp and it sounds just like chef's kiss, beautiful. But that's all you need. And then if you want to add in lighting, you can, but right now I'm using the natural sunlight and I think it looks perfectly fine. So you can always use natural sunlight, but if you decide to add in like a lighting kit, then I don't blame you. You can actually create a very professional looking video by adding in a little bit of extra lighting. So lighting on yourself and then like some lights in the background, like you can see my lamps over here. I think it adds in like a little bit of dimension and a little bit of color to my video, other than just me and like a white wall. So that's my recommendation to you guys. And yeah, that's all you need is your phone. Now, one thing about a lot of creators is that once they start, they typically stop because they're not seeing results. And I encourage you to keep going no matter what, because I have seen creators, all of a sudden, they have a spike in their subscribers and they're continuously growing their channel just because they were consistent and they were persistent and they fought through that resistance of viewers not showing up on their channel. So even though you're not going to get a lot of views in the beginning, just power through. It's really important that you remember the one few subscribers that you have and that you want to make an impact on them. And when you treat those first subscribers as like your own family or like loyal fans or whatever you want to call it, just know that you basically have a special connection with them because they are with you from the beginning. And if you focus on serving them and just them, you're going to grow your audience no matter what. One really important piece of advice is that failure comes from not even starting or quitting too early. Now, I feel like if you feel like many months down the line, if this is not for you, if being a content creator is definitely wasn't what you expected and it's not the career that you want to go down, then, quitting doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means, you figured out that this is not for you. But if this is something that you want to pursue and you decide to quit too early, then you can consider that some type of failure there, because it's there. Like if you continue to go, I guarantee you that you're going to hit that one video. That one video is just going to do it for you. That one video is going to get you a spike of subscribers. One video for you is going to do you justice, and it's going to grow your account. So you have to get through the beginning, especially the beginning, because the beginning is going to be the hardest. That's when you're going to lack views. That's when retention is going to be very low for your videos. And this is a learning opportunity for you. You're going to learn how to make videos better. You're going to learn what your audience likes, or what maybe people within your industry or niche, what their audience likes, so you can kind of feel for like what kind of content you should be creating. And it's just going to be a very tough time. The beginning is always such a tough time. For the many times that I've relaunched my channel over and over and over again, it was always a tough time, especially at the beginning. But once you build up that momentum and you build up the habit of just being consistent, you're going to see growth. Even if it's steady, slow growth, which is what you want. Steady and slow growth is going to eventually lead you to 10,000 subscribers. Actually, let's not even start there. 0 subscribers is going to lead you to 1 subscriber. 1 subscriber is going to lead you to 5. 5 is going to lead you to 10. 10 is going to lead you to 100. 100 will lead you to 500. 500 will lead you to 1,000. And soon you'll be at 10,000 subscribers. And you need to look at the next step and not so far into the future. If you look too far into the future, as in like, I can't wait to hit 100,000 subscribers, but you haven't even started your channel yet, you're gonna feel discouraged when you're not seeing the increase of your subscribers go quickly. You're gonna feel disappointed that you're not growing as fast as you want to be growing because you're so focused on the 100,000 subscriber mark. So start with baby steps. If you're starting your channel from brand new, focus on the first subscriber that you can get. Once you get that, focus on getting your 5th subscriber. Once you get that, focus on getting your 10th subscriber, and then so on and so forth. It's going to feel more fulfilling that way. At least that's what happened for me, is that it felt way more fulfilling to hit those small milestones. And now all of a sudden, I'm a little bit over 11,000, and to me that's crazy because I never saw myself in this position at all. And I already know that if I just keep going and I'm consistent and I'm persistent, then I'm going to hit the 12,000 mark, the 15,000 mark, and all that. So it's really important that you take your small failures as like lessons. And to be so honest, you only truly fail is if you give up and this is your actual dream. Like if this is the career that you want to take on and you actually give up, then that is the only time that I consider that a failure. So don't be so hard on yourself. Just know that the resistance at the beginning is going to serve you. It's going to serve you more than you know. And you're going to be grateful that you learned so much on the way. You're going to be grateful that you started when you did. And it's just going to be videos that you look back on and you're going to realize how much better you've gotten, or all these memories that you made during that period of time. When you're creating your vlogs, think of a story. What do you want to tell through your videos? So you can make something so boring and mundane seem so intriguing or so interesting or entertaining just by telling a story about it. Now, I'll give you an example. Making coffee. Making coffee is such a basic, repetitive thing that you do every single morning. And you can make that a very interesting video. You can make that a very interesting vlog. How you do that is by figuring out what is the story behind the video. And you don't have to get too deep into it, because I feel like, at least for me, if I get too deep into it, as in like, oh, what is the climax? What is this and that? What is the buildup? What is that? If you get too stressed about it, then I think you might be doing too much. And that could cause you to be resistant towards making the video, or cause you to just basically just not do anything at all. So keep it a little simple. And when you think of a storyline, just think of things that go in order. You know, let's start there. Start small. Things that go in order, and keep the most interesting thing towards like the middle end. That's the climax, right? And so when you're creating a vlog, you want to get different angles of things. So if I'm making a cup of coffee, I can go in from a bird's eye view, and I could be looking at the top of my cup. I could be looking from a worm's eye view where I'm looking up at the coffee falling down into the cup. I could look from the side where it shows me maybe grabbing the cup, or a close up of my hand grabbing the cup, or maybe a long a long shot of me opening up my cabinet to pull one of my mugs out. So you can create a story around this, around something so basic by adding in different and interesting angles, by doing things in order. But as you go in order of creating that story for yourself, you are taking note that you are going to get different angles. And then when you edit it all together, you want to do it in a seamless motion, as in it makes sense, like the video clips and the time and duration of each clip just makes sense. You're not hanging out on one shot for too long and then the next shot is super short and then we have another long shot. You want it to make sense, and you also want it to go at a good pace. So change it up a bit when you're creating your vlogs. Again, get different angles, get really creative, and also do everything in order and do it to where it makes sense. And then also watch it back. When you edit your video and you watch it through, if you feel like you're dozing off in your own video, then that's a sign that you need to either edit it down or add in a little bit of like interesting edit. So like zoom in at certain parts or cut away to something else, or like chop it up and kind of mix it up a bit, but get creative with it. And honestly, when it comes to creating your own videos, you want to be creative anyways. You don't really want to be a copy and paste of anyone. When you're more creative, you have more fun with it. And the more fun you have with it, I feel like you will connect with your audience even more. So tell a story. Tell a story, keep it simple, go in order. But also, while you're going in order, change up the angles and get as creative as you can. When you're vlogging, I also would try different styles of filming and editing. So for example, you could basically talk through the entire video and bring the camera along as if you're bringing your viewer along with the experience, which is typically what you're going to be doing for every vlog anyways. So there's that kind of style. There's also a style of where you set the camera down and you record yourself doing different things, and then in between those segments of you doing a bunch of stuff without talking really, it's kind of just like short clips of you doing things. And then in between those segments, maybe you sit down or you stop for a moment and you talk. So I have videos like that where I have action going, and then when I stop, I talk, have action going, I stop and I talk, I have action going, I stop and I talk. And then I have videos where I am holding the camera, or it looks like I'm holding the camera, and I'm walking around with you and we're just in this together, we're having conversation. So there are vlogs like that, but there are also vlogs where you just record a whole bunch of B-roll. Maybe you record a day in your life and you're just going through the day and you're filming everything different angles and everything is going in order, and when you put it together, it's like a story of your day. And instead of talking, maybe you put text over your video. Maybe there's text in your entire video. There's timestamps of when something happened, and then you're explaining things as they happen through text. Or you can actually do a voiceover over these videos. It's kind of like voiceover B-roll. You explain what's going on and you talk about your day, or you talk about whatever's going on in that video in that moment, and that's another style of vlogging that you can do. And honestly, there's no set way of vlogging. Like I said, it's a creative thing, and the more creative you get, the more fun you'll have with it, and then the more your audience will connect with you. So when you're vlogging, just think of the experience. Think of the viewer experience and your own experience. Are you having fun while you're doing this? And also, will your viewer have fun while they're watching you? Or will they be interested in what you're talking about, or interested on the experience that you're bringing them on? So I like to sum everything up as in, just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Don't stress about it. At the end of the day, if a video doesn't hit, the next one might. And if that video doesn't hit, then look back at your analytics and see, where are people dropping off in your video? Is it a specific part of your video that you can clearly indicate like, hey, my audience does not like this, so I'm not going to include that in my next video. I'm going to get a little bit better and not include that and try something else. So doing all this, going through this experience as a new vlogger is going to take a lot of brain power, in my opinion. But while you're filming, I would say while you're filming, just have fun with it, and then use a lot of your brain power for the analytical part, where you're reviewing your data and you're looking at what worked, what didn't, and then apply that to your next video, keeping it in mind as you're having fun while you're recording it. So hopefully it made sense while I made this video, because I definitely just like kind of spoke from the heart and off the top of my head, because I just feel like vlogging is such a fun experience and a lot of people deserve to be content creators if that's what they want to do. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to get creative and try new different things and different ways of recording yourself. And also, don't be afraid of your phone. Use your phone for vlogging, record yourself with it. You don't need a fancy mic, and just do it. Just do the dang thing. If you enjoyed today's video, I highly recommend to check out the video that's popping up on the screen right now, and I will meet you there. Bye.